Hello everyone. Let's start with a question. What is the oldest living thing on the earth? Do you know that the oldest human actually lived to be 122 years old? But no, the human being is not the oldest in the world. The Great Basin bristlecone pine is a species of pine tree. Now, it is found in the American West in Utah, in Nevada, and California. Now, one of these trees has been measured to be 5,065 years old. If all the trees sprout from the same root system and live for an average of 130 years, the root system is estimated to be 80,000 years old. So technically, maybe the oldest living organism we know is 80,000 years old. Trees, therefore, are not just the longest living species on earth, but they are a link between the past, the present, and the future. It is critical that the woodlands, the forests, and the trees are preserved. So today we are going to be studying the poem On Killing a Tree by Gieve Patel. The poet dramatizes man's destruction of the flora and fauna that surrounds us by focusing on the plant kingdom. Gieve Patel was born in 1940 in Bombay. He is a registered general practitioner who works as a doctor. He is also a well-known poet, playwright, and artist. Some famous poems are How Do You Withstand It and Mirrored Mirroring. Every year he conducts poetry writing workshops for school children in Andhra Pradesh. He has compiled all the poems together in a book called Poetry with Young People. Today we are going to be looking at man's wrong perception of nature in the way he reacts to the plants and the trees. Patel uses images from human body. He talks about the skin, he talks about leprosy, veins, and roots. The tone that Patel uses is cold and objective because he wants us to see the topic as a patient being viewed by a doctor, and this creates a very shocking perception. Now he wants to portray the cutting of a tree as murder.
Let's look at the first stanza. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide, sprouting leaves.
Stanza 1 describes the slow process by which a tree grows. It takes many years to achieve its present state. Remember, the tree doesn't come up in one day. It's years and years of the process of growth. It has consumed the nutrients from the earth, and it has actually grown out of the crust, reaching upwards and outwards towards other sources of enrichment. That would be the sunlight and the wind and the air, everything that it's taking in. It draws its needs from the sun, increasing its strength and vitality.
A plant requires air, and a beautiful give and take relationship is established where the plant takes what it needs and in return gives back to the atmosphere what it requires. Since the tree has grown big and spent many years on the earth, one jab of a knife will definitely not kill it. Stanza 1 describes the slow process by which a tree grows. It takes many years to achieve its present state as a tree, and through the process of growth, it has consumed nutrients from the earth. It has grown out of the crust, reaching upwards and outwards towards other sources of enrichment. It draws its needs from the sun, increasing its strength and vitality.
The poet uses the word leprous. Now what does he refer to? Why does he say leprous? Because if you look at the bark of the tree, you'll always find that the trees they're not very smooth. they've got the ugly looking bark on the outside, and it looks like the tree has got leprosy.
Let's look at the second stanza. So hack and chop, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. The bleeding bark will heal, and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs, miniature boughs, which, if unchecked, will expand again to former size.
Since the tree has grown big and spent many years on the earth, one jab of the knife will not kill it. Stanza 2 describes the unrelenting effort of man to kill the tree. Man is not giving up. He wants to kill that tree. Stanzas 2 and 3, both of them together, have words of violence such as hack, chop, scotch, twist, pull, tie, snap. The poet uses these words to actually show the contempt of human beings towards trees. Now let us replace trees with an animal, say a dog or a cat, which had feelings. What would your feelings be about it? Imagine being chopped, the dog being chopped, or the dog being hacked, or the dog being scotched, or twisted, or pulled, or tied. Would it sound the same? Would you tolerate it? Then why do we allow trees to be cut? Is it because of the color of their sap? Because it's white and not red? Gieve Patel wants to send a message to sensitize us to the pain and the discomfort that is experienced by trees. But the trees don't give up so easy. The tree puts up its own fight. The tree establishes that it too has a right to live. Each time a human hurts it, cuts it, or chops it, the tree heals itself. If you notice, after you cut a tree, you'll find a lot of branches sprouting out from it. It may not be the same size, but eventually it will grow. Whenever a branch is chopped off, you'll find those new twigs beginning to grow. And this is how nature works.
No, the root has to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. It is to be roped, tied, and pulled out, snapped out, or pulled out entirely, out from the earth cave. And the strength of the tree exposed, the source, white and wet, the most sensitive hidden for years inside the earth. We're talking about the source is the roots, and it is white and wet because it's in the ground. Okay, let me explain this stanza, these two stanzas.
So the tree doesn't die by just chopping it. So how does man actually get to kill it? He pulls it out from the root, pulls it from the earth's cave, the place where it was very secure once upon a time. Now that the tree is uprooted, its strength, which is in the roots of the tree, is actually exposed to sunlight and air. The roots are white in color, he mentions that, and it is wet, which actually shows that it has life. And what's beautiful about it is that it is the most sensitive part of the plant, and that's why it is hidden in the earth's cave.
The last stanza. Then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done.
Stanza 3 basically shows the act of annihilation or destruction right up till the end. When man realizes that the life of the tree is hidden in the roots, he actually goes and attacks the root, pulls it out. The root is covered actually by the earth in a cave. But when it is uprooted, it is exposed to sunlight and the scorching heat and deprived of all the nutrients of like water and soil. It actually turns brown. It's not going to be white anymore. It's going to turn brown and it's going to harden and completely get devoid of life. It's going to be totally dead. It's going to shrivel up. Now the poet ends by saying, "It is done." So what does he mean by "it is done"? The tree is no more. It's dead. Man has finally achieved his target. Now, Gieve Patel is trying to convey a message through the poem. He wants to communicate the result, the predicament of global warming, which is basically the result of felling of trees. Today we have floods and climate change. We have unseasonal rain. We have unprecedented droughts, rising temperatures, and melting of ice caps. Man is oblivious to the destruction of the environment. Forests are being cleared for industries, factories, highways, but no thought to the future generation. Well, we've come to the end of the poem. I hope you enjoyed the poem, and I hope you take back with you the message that Gieve Patel wants to give you. Do not destroy trees. They are alive. Thank you.